Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Morris and today we're going to be talking about Amoonguss. So Series 6 has been out for 3 days now, and Amoonguss is now the #1 used Pokemon on the ladder. So I kind of want to talk about a little bit about Amoonguss, talk about the EV spreads that are more likely being used on the ladder, the items as well, the common teammates, and and how to counter it as well too, to kind of help you guys give an idea. Yeah, because definitely Amoonguss is definitely a pretty annoying Pokemon to deal with too if you're not careful. So yeah, this is definitely a Pokemon you should definitely build when you're team building. You should definitely kind of consider how to beat this, or how to handle at least Amoonguss. So alright, so really quick, we're gonna go for the first EV set or spread. We have Amoonguss with Yachu Berry, Regenerator of course, and then the movesets Protect, Spore, Rage Spotter, and Giga Drain. Honestly, so for the last move slot, it all really depends on the team that you're. Yeah, it all depends on your team. So if your team is kind of weak to like fairy, certain grass types, you should definitely maybe run Sludge Bomb. But if your Pokemon is kind of weak to like water types, maybe some ground, specifically maybe like Gastrodon, if your team doesn't really have a good way to handle it, you should definitely maybe consider running Giga Drain. Same thing with like Rhyperior, since it is going to be 4 times weak, unless they have Solid Rock, but Rhyperior doesn't really have like the best special defense, so, and it also underspeeds some Rhyperior under Trick Room. So definitely it really all depends on what the last moveset you want. You could definitely run Giga Drain, you can run Energy Ball if you really want to for more damage output, or Sludge Bomb as well. Clear Smog is another good one if you want to kind of get rid of like the stat boost. But yeah, so here we have the EV spread. We have 252 on the HP. We have 188 on defense with the relaxed nature, and then we have the rest on 68 on the special defense. So I actually wrote down some of the calcs for this EV spread right here. It actually does live a lot. Fortunately, this does not have dark mode, so pretty bright. All right, so a really cool thing about this EV spread, it actually lives a Life Orb Hustle Durant Max Steel Spike 100% of the time. So no 6% or anything. I kind of wanted it to just live 100% of the time. It also does live of course with the Yachu Berry. It lives a Lapras Max Hailstorm, or which is like the Resonance from a Blizzard Life Orb too. So it's Modest Life Orb, Max Hailstorm. So it does live it with the Yachu Berry, thankfully. Then as well, this is another interesting one too that I kind of wanted to calc. Was a +2 modest max attack. So this is more like ideally for like the comfy kind of matchup. It also depends if the Lapras even carries weakness policy. But you know, normally they don't. If they have like Gudra, they usually have the Gudra as their weakness policy user, but sometimes it is the Lapras too, and then they just have like Gudra with the Salt Vest and Giga Drain and whatnot. So it does live. It is a 6% chance to live this, so this is a really good calc. This is definitely something good if your team is weak to Lapras, especially weakness policy Lapras. This is a calc for Freeze Dry, because majority of the time they are going to be running Freeze Dry on the comfy. Hyper Offensive is more for like Blizzard. That's more for a Hyper Offensive, so I wouldn't really worry about Blizzard for the comfies. Pretty interesting one too. It actually lives with no Copa Berry. It actually lives a max attack Jolly overnight max airstream, which I thought it was kind of interesting, kind of funny too. Same thing with this. I kind of wanted to calc this as well too, which is, I thought that was pretty cool. It lives a max attack, not max attack, 252 attack Jolly Shark Beak Talonflame Brave Bird. Yeah, it's a 2-hit KO, so I thought that was pretty cool too. I mean, Talonflame is not the strongest hitter, but you know, a lot of players do kind of tend to maybe have Talonflame as their like Amoonguss check. So being able to actually live a Brave Bird, and if the Talonflame doesn't have like maybe safety goggles or Lumberry, then you can just right away just put it to sleep too. This is another interesting calc too. This is not a max airstream, but I thought this was kind of you know, something to talk about, I guess, or mention. It actually does live a Jolly max attack Brave Bird. 12% chance. It's a 12% chance to Oko. You know, it is still a chance to Oko it, but you know, the 12% chance is still very nice, you know. So now we're gonna go for like the second one, which is Copa Berry. Same thing with Regenerator. We got Protect, Spore, Rage Powder, and then we just had put Sludge Bomb. Again, really doesn't matter what last move you want. It all depends on the team. For this EV spread, I think this is something that's a little bit more common. We got for the HP, we got 236. We have defense 116, and then the special defense is 156 with a sassy nature. So a couple things with this one that actually does survive. Let's see. So for a max attack or max modest Lapras Max resonance from a blizzard, of course, it actually does live that too. So that's pretty cool. That's really interesting. So that means it'll definitely live a modest max special attack resonance from a freeze drive pretty comfortably as well. Let's see. And then we also with the Cobra Berry, we're actually able to live a +1. Oh, this is a Brave Bird. I'm sorry. I should actually get the calc for this one as well. Oh, Picolytics also updated this with what's this called? The dark mode too. So good stuff to them, man. I didn't really like the. Oh, I forgot how to spell Berry. I really didn't like the the white color here. All right, we'll put max +1. I'm pretty sure it does live a. Let's see. Sorry about that. I guess is like the only calc I didn't really check for, but I'm pretty sure it does survive. Yeah, it actually doesn't take it as well from a +1. But I guess you would. It's a 37% chance. Again, that's very situational though. The only way it would actually be like a +1 is if you had to kind of like switch in your Intimidator. But it'll definitely still live comfortably without one. Yeah, so that's a little bit my bet on that calc for that. Let's see. There's another one that I actually liked as well. Actually, it does live a -1 Life Orb Primarina Hailstorm from a Blizzard, which I thought it was pretty cool. I feel like a lot of Primarinas are actually running Blizzard at the moment, since it actually could one-shot Amoonguss too if they're not running the Yachi Berry set. So at least with this one and a -1, so if you're able to get like a Snarl off, since the most common partner of Amoonguss is Arcanine, and it is faster than Primarina, so you'll definitely get the chance to get a Snarl off, and it'll be able to survive. Then some other pretty cool ones as well with this set. Flamethrower from Arcanine is actually almost a 3-hit KO, so it's a 5% chance. It's only a 5% chance to 2-hit KO this Amoonguss, so there's a good chance it is going to be a 3-hit KO, which is really nice. And it actually does survive a Flare Blitz from Arcanine pretty comfortably as well too. That's pretty cool. Then the last one, this is something kind of fun, but you should definitely be aware of still. This is like a Focus Sash Regenerator with Protect, Spore, Rage Powder, Giga Drain. This one I would recommend running Giga Drain because it is kind of nice to kind of if you still have like your Focus Sash and if you haven't really broke it, it is kind of nice to like get the Giga Drain off, and you know, like if you're like to kind of have the Sash available. And the same thing, it helps with the Regenerator. But yeah, we have the EV spreads, 252 HP, 4 on special. You could honestly just put 4 anywhere here, but I just wanted to put it on the special attack just for like even kind of numbers. And then we're just gonna go with the timid max speed here. So essentially with this Amoonguss, you would kind of want to pair this up with like a really fast Pokemon that either has like Charizard, you know, with the fast max airstream. So then the Amoonguss gets a +1, and then you'll be able to outspeed, I believe it's modest or adamant based 80 Pokemon, which is really cool. And a lot of Pokemon right now are not really running that much speed as well. So you could, after a +1 in speed, this Amoonguss will definitely outspeed a lot of the Pokemon currently in the format, I should say. And you could also pair this up with Porygon Z, which is also nice too, since you are going to get like the special, or you're going to get the speed drop, so Amoonguss is still going to be faster than most of those Pokemon too. So yeah, those are the EV spreads here. Something common, something you guys could kind of consider using as well. It all depends really on the team as well, what you're using. Like if your team is pretty weak to Lapras or Primarina, especially if the Primarina has like Blizzard or something, then I would recommend this. And if your team is a little weak to like, I would say maybe like Rain, because Kingdra does get Hurricane. So with like a Helping Hand, Max Airstream, it should definitely live this as well. And if you're kind of weak to Bravery or Corviknight, this is a very good Amoonguss to kind of deal with too. As well as if you do have something to handle like Lapras. Yeah, so this is definitely like a Amoonguss you should consider as well. It really all depends on the team that you're building to. So really quick, we'll just go over like the teammates. This video is already a little long. I kind of want to make it short. Really quick, Arcanine, very good. Redirects all the water attacks or any attack that Arcanine does not want to take. More importantly, like Dracovish, being able to Rage Powder the Dracovish and then burn it the same turn. That's actually really good. You got Primarina, another good Pokemon. Redirects the electric type attacks. Poison, granted, it doesn't take the poisons. It takes it neutral, but you know, it does help out Primarina, and as well as to some extent redirect grass type moves. Not like necessarily like the grass Pokemon, since they're not they're unaffected by the Rage Powder, but you know, Pokemon like Gudra that do tend to carry like Power Whip on the physical set. Colossal as well, they usually tend to run like Solar Beam for the max overgrowth, and Charizard as well too. Sometimes they do carry like the Solar Beam as well, so it is pretty nice to kind of have that for Primarina. Oh, and also some Primarinos are actually running Energy Ball too for like the Gastrodon matchup. And again, like I said, with the Porygon Z, you can essentially just max strike. You know, the Amoonguss should be able to outspeed at least majority of the Pokemon in the format, and then you know, you throw off a nice little Spore. And then we have Corviknight here. Corviknight, same thing. I guess essentially you can get a max Airstream off, and it also does support each other as well, since it is a Steel type, so it does take like the Psychic type attacks for Amoonguss pretty well, and then you know, redirecting the electric type attacks, and then Dusclops, just a pretty safe way to set up Trick Room. And then when you have Trick Room up, you just start sporing the stuff, so that's really good. Pretty quick for how to counter. Definitely Corviknight is a pretty big one with the Lumberry set, of course. So you kind of need a Lumberry to kind of handle Amoonguss, since if it's not going to be the Kobo Berry, the Lumberry is very good for that. And honestly, in general, I think Lumberry is probably like the best item for Corviknight, to be honest. So yeah, Corviknight is very good. Bravery, another one, great one, does a lot of damage to it, especially if it's not Kobo Berry. And then the Lumberry as well, if it is like Focus Sash, so if it does go for like a Spore, you know, we will be able to wake up to the Lumberry. We also have the Charizard here as well, with like a safety. You could run like Safety Goggles, or you could also run Lumberry if you're not using it, but Safety Goggles is also a very good one as well. And it's pretty safe too. Like, you have multiple ways to kind of deal with the Amoonguss, either by really powerful like G-Max Wild Flames, or just a Max Airstream if you like. Let's see, we also have Hatterene as well. This is a very good one as well, since majority of the time they're not really gonna live a Mind Storm from Hatterene, since how incredibly strong it is, especially with the base special attack. More than likely they're always going to be quiet with max special, and the fact that it has Magic Bounce as well, that means you can't Spore it either, so that's very good as well. And then we have the Duralaran, again another pretty good check to Amoonguss. Granted, it doesn't have any movesets to hit Amoonguss super effectively, but the fact that it ignores the redirection, so if your opponent has like, say, a water type attack or something, or maybe like Corviknight, it could just easily just Thunderbolt the Corviknight, you know, set up the electric terrain, and you know, and then it can't get Spored, you know, yeah, it just ignores the redirection. And then last one, we have Talonflame. This should be like max attack at least. Yeah, Talonflame, this is mostly just for like a Pokemon for taunt. Honestly, any Pokemon that knows taunt, like we've seen Weezing, Wolfglick has been using like Weezing with taunt, has been doing pretty well like against Amoonguss. You know, and but I kind of want to include like more like Pokemon that you would see like in the top 50, I guess I would say. And Talonflame is definitely one of the Pokemon that you would see more common. So Taunt Flare Blitz is very good to kind of deal with it, or if you want like Brave Bird, if you want to run like the Sharp Beak. Granted, if you are going to be going up against like this Amoonguss, you know, we are gonna live the Brave Bird, Sharp Beak. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, no, I think that's it. Yeah, just a pretty quick one I just wanted to talk about. Yeah, all right. I think that's it for the video for today, guys. I just wanted to make a pretty quick one, not too long. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video for today, feel free to leave a like and comment, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and let me know what you guys are excited for using for Series 6. I'm really interested of knowing. And yeah, and if you guys do want to check out me battling like live, I do stream on Twitch, mostly between Monday through Thursday. Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday I usually kind of take the days off, just to mostly kind of spend time with family and stuff. And yeah, so if you guys want to see me do a couple battles, you know, play on the master rank, I have been pretty close. You know, I've been pretty like around at least passing like the top 100, so that's at least something. So yeah, if you guys want to watch me battle a little bit, maybe, you know, watch me get a little salty, because sometimes Pokemon, you know sometimes you miss, sometimes they never miss. You know, when I mean is like moves. So sometimes you need a crucial hit and you don't get it, or you get hats. But yeah, all right, thanks so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, peace.